Right, hello everybody. Right, what I want to do today is talk about John McEnroe. He's been in the news recently by pissing off Serena Williams, and he's in the news again today by uh, you know critiquing Novak Djokovic, and the difference in which the two people have responded to John is just incredible. John McEnroe is, in my mind, the greatest tennis player to have ever lived. He provided incredible entertainment, especially when he played against Beyond Board. I mean, I can remember when I was young watching those games and I was on the edge of my seat. Absolutely dynamic, really exciting play, fantastic play. And the reason why it was, I suppose, good was because they used to use the heavier ball. I think they used to use the heavier racket, the wooden rackets. But still, he flung, that racket went around and whacked the ball, and he was just phenomenal. So for me, he's the greatest. So when I think it was last week, or was it before, or whatever it was, when he put Serena Williams at, she wouldn't, he suggested she wouldn't beat the top 700 people, male tennis players, because of the fact that, everybody knows about the interview. Everybody knows that he was led into that. Look, he was promoting the book. So what? Everybody promotes a book every day. But he was led into that. And he stumbled at one point when she said, well, why don't you qualify her as being the greatest of all tennis players? And which, he said, oh, you mean, of all tennis players? Which, no, he meant her to be what she is, which is the greatest female tennis player of all time. Period. You can't then say that she's the greatest tennis player of all time, including the men. It's bollocks. It's complete and total bollocks. Yet, this is the problem when you talk about women today, and anything to do with, sport and the workplace. I mean, it's getting to the point. Is there any point in talking about any women's issues? Because anytime you make any little critique, they lose their collective shit. John McEnroe, at no point. Well, I think he was little. As far as I'm concerned, I think he did it on purpose, at talent, putting it at 700. But you know what? If he'd have said top 100, they would have. There is a guarantee the feminist bitches, those harpies, would have completely lost their collective shit. They would have still carried on being bitching. They would only have accepted if she was in the top 5, and that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Serena Williams, if the truth be told, is a heffalump. She's a big girl on that tennis, And you look at the other women who play, there aren't that many women. I don't know if there's any women that are even built like her. She's the only one that is built like a rhino. Or a hippo, whichever one you want to take. Rhino, if you want to take that. But the point is, she is big. So if she was to play in the men's circuit, I think, realistically, she would probably get into the top 150? You know, you can't just say, oh, 100. 50 places is huge. Huge. So, all right, look, to be fair, say 100. But even still, John McEnroe is the most experienced tennis player, ex-player on the planet. Yet, when he said this thing, he went on to one show, I think it was it, I can't remember what it was, and one of the guys asked him, why did you have to say that? Look, he was being questioned, he said it at the moment. If he could have probably gone back, he would have probably said, all right, look, maybe top 200. Wouldn't have made any difference. He still would have asked him that same question. But the thing that, I'm going to tell you something. The thing that fucking pisses me off is you always get these bitches, these women who are on these shitty shows, who will always say, are you going to apologise? For what? For what? For being honest? That's the problem today. You cannot be honest in this world. So when you say to a fat woman, oh God, you look absolutely brilliant. You look absolutely gorgeous. That dress makes you look so slim. It's complete shit. Utter complete shit. People need to be honest today. And the problem is now, we're seeing huge amounts of fakeness. Fake news, which was coined by the left. Now, fake news is being used against the left. This is ridiculous. The guy was being honest. So he's got to be apologised for being honest when he was asked a question. In the book, it said Serena Williams is the greatest female tennis player in the world, to have ever lived. Yet the feminist fucking bitch who was asking him took umbrage with the fact that he could not say of best tennis player of all time. She's not. Alright? He's not. Yeah. And basically she wanted him to say that. And he's not going to say that. The guy wouldn't have been honest if he'd have said that. But the thing is, the feminist movement, or these feminist nasty hags, really do want you to lie at every point. Sorry, I don't know what's going on here. Let me just look for him again. Look, I seem to have lost Mr. McEnroe again. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I hate using Chrome now, because every time you use Chrome, for some reason, you because I usually use Chrome in incognito mode. But hold on. Let me go into incognito mode. There we go. John. Here we go. Just be there in a minute. So here we go. So today, John's made another. And it's not a boo-boo. He's just made the point. Today he's compared Djokovic to Tiger Woods. Djokovic has fallen off the rails a little bit, and he's compared him to Tiger Woods. No problem. And it's come on the front page news. But this is the way in which Djokovic has responded to that. Let's go into there. And it's what I like about, when it comes to guys, they're able to take critique, critique, criticism. Women can just today will not take criticism because it's historical. Women have always told that they this that. It doesn't matter. It's a load of shit. It's important to people to critique. Because I don't listen. It's important for people to critique, and you learn from that when you are from being criticised. McEnroe accused fallen great Djokovic of going to pot, just like American Woods live on TV yesterday. He said the person that comes to mind with Novak is Tiger. He had issues and seemed to go off the rails. He has off-court issues with the family. That's going to throw you. If you're distracted, you are not the same player. That person that comes to mind immediately with Novak is golfer Tiger Woods. He had the issue with his wife. He seemed to go completely off the rails and has never been even close to the same player, which is true. Those are the facts. So there is King McEnroe, and the response from Djokovic is fantastic. John has a complete right to say it, and I respect that right. This is Novak Djokovic on John McEnroe. The Serb was quizzed on McEnroe's comments today after his second round win. He refused to play down and say, I have heard it today. John has a complete right to say it, and I respect that right, especially coming from John, because he's someone that has earned that right because of who he is and what he has meant to the sport and what he still is. Fantastic! He's taken on board the criticism that John has made of him. John's not being nasty about it, he's making a comparison. He's making a comparison between one great with another great. So why should you lose your collective shit over that? Yet, Serena Williams, tweeted some nonsense about, I'm having a baby, please keep your comments to yourself, I don't need this kind of stress, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to, I'll tell you my honest truth, I don't like Serena Williams very much. I respect her for what she's done for black tennis. Is that the correct thing to say? Or black people or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But as a person, as a character, I just don't like her. I'm sorry. I don't like both the sisters. Don't like both of them. I really don't. So, for me, but she's a great tennis player. She's a great tennis player. Let me just, so much rubbish on this show. He's very well known for his bold comments and really caring and not really caring too much about being politically correct, but saying whatever is on his mind. That's all I can say. I really don't take anything personally. I've always got along very well with John. I guess whether it's that's his opinion or criticism or something else, I'm not really sure. But at the end of the day, I respect everything he says. I really don't take it as a negative way anyhow. It's fine. He has the right to say the things he wants to say. I don't necessarily need to agree with that, but he's his right. Fantastic. And I like Djokovic as well. He has, his opinion, and he comes across with his opinion as well. He can be straightforward with his opinion. So, but there it is. I just wanted to put my penny's worth. I just wanted to say all that nonsense. Look at the two ways in which two people have responded to criticism, or constructive criticism. Well, not even criticism for Serena, but one has dealt with it in a calm way, and is going around his room. The other one, is always in a bit of a huff. Women out there, learn to take criticism like this guy. It might help the world in the future if people could take critique a bit easier. So I've said my say. Goodbye.